Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The Miami Dolphins find themselves navigating an increasingly tense and complicated situation. With their second-round pick, Jonah Savaiinaea, who remains unsigned as rookies, are set to report to training camp. While it might not be code red just yet, the delay is growing more notable by the hour. Training camp doesn't officially kick into full swing until the veterans report on July 22nd. But make no mistake, there's early reps matter, especially for a rookie expected to contribute immediately. Miami made a clear statement when they traded up to select Savaiinaea. They viewed him not as a project, but as a plug-and-play starting guard who could help solidify one of the team's weakest position groups. His absence, even in these early stages, represents a missed opportunity for valuable development time. And while he technically isn't a holdout due to not being under contract, the result is the same. He's not on the field, and that's a growing problem for a Dolphins team trying to make a serious push in 2025. It's important to understand why Savaiinaea still doesn't have a deal, especially since every other member of Miami's 2025 draft class signed without any reported friction. This isn't about bad blood or a breakdown in communication. It comes down to one specific issue that's impacting almost the entire second round across the league: guarantees. Rookie contracts are largely predetermined by the CBA, meaning there's little wiggle room in terms of overall value, but what agents can push for and what teams can resist are the guarantees and offset language. This year, things have gotten trickier thanks to Texans wide receiver Jaden Higgins and Browns linebacker Carson Schwessinger. Both players managed to secure fully guaranteed contracts despite being second-rounders. Now, agents of other second-round picks, including Savaiinaea's, are demanding the same treatment. The Dolphins, like many teams, seem reluctant to set a precedent or open the financial floodgates. And so we wait. Savaiinaea's expected contract is not in question. When he eventually signs, he'll get a 4-year deal worth around $11.3 million, including a signing bonus of $4.9 million. The structure of the deal is there, set in stone by the collective bargaining agreement. But the details of the guarantees are where the real negotiation is happening. From a fan's perspective, it can be frustrating. If the money is already mostly agreed upon, why not just sign the deal and get to work? But for players and agents, this is about long-term security and leveraging what little negotiating power they have. Remember, these guys don't get to test free agency for years, and the average NFL career is short. So locking in as much guaranteed money as possible is essential. It's about more than just the number on the check. It's about the promise that money will actually reach the player, no matter what happens. The situation becomes even more layered when you consider what's happening in the broader NFL landscape. There's growing scrutiny over how teams structure contracts, especially regarding guaranteed money. The league and the NFLPA are under pressure for their handling of a recent settlement that alleged team owners colluded to drive down guarantees across the board. This cloud of controversy only adds to the leverage that Savaiinaea's camp is holding on to. It's no longer just about one player. It's about the entire class of second-rounders fighting a systemic battle. Miami's front office knows this. They're trying to navigate between making a stand on principle and doing what's best for their team in the short term. After all, it's not just about Savaiinaea. What happens here could impact future draft negotiations and contract structures, especially as agents watch closely to see who blinks first across the league. The Dolphins are in a unique position because they've already managed to sign every other rookie from this year's draft class. First rounder Kenneth Grant is under contract with a fully guaranteed 4-year deal worth nearly $22 million. Mid to late round selections like Jordan Phillips, Ollie Gordon, Quinn Ewers, Zeke Biggers, and Dante Trader Jr. all signed with little fanfare. That should have been the norm. Instead, Savaiinaea has become a standalone story, which only increases the spotlight and potentially the pressure. The optics aren't great for the Dolphins, especially since they traded up for him. The move showed they were all in on Savaiinaea, yet now they're locked in a standoff that's preventing him from even stepping onto the field. It sends a Mixed message, one of belief in the player's ability but hesitation to fully commit financially. And that disconnect can create friction even if no one is saying it out loud yet. There's no denying that Savai'Nia's presence is important. This isn't some backup developmental prospect. He was drafted to start, and to start now. The Dolphins' offensive line has been a question mark for multiple seasons, and the organization made it a point of emphasis to fix that in 2025. Savai'Nia's physical, aggressive play style is exactly what they've lacked, especially in the interior. He brings a road grading mentality that should help not only in pass protection, but also in establishing a tougher, more consistent ground game. Paired with off-season addition James Daniels and the return of Austin Jackson, Savai'Nia was supposed to be a key cog in this revamped unit. Chemistry along the offensive line is everything. These players need reps, real reps, at full speed to build timing, trust, and communication. The longer Savai'Nia is away, the longer it takes to create that cohesion and time in training. Camp is not a luxury. Still, Dolphins fans should hold off on panic for now. There's a difference between a short delay and a major disruption. If Savai'Nia misses just a few rookie practices, it's manageable. The real concern starts if this contract stalemate drags on into the veterans reporting date and beyond. That's when real installation begins, when playbooks get deeper and when the competition starts heating up. Miami's coaching staff is counting on Savai'Nia being a day one starter. If he's not available during the most critical developmental period of the offseason, that's going to impact his readiness and potentially the whole offensive line's performance early in the year. The Dolphins don't have a deep bench at guard. There's no veteran waiting in the wings who can replicate what they believe Savai'Nia can do. That urgency could push the team to make concessions, but so far neither side is blinking. The wild card in all of this is the relationship between Savai'Nia's representation and the team. One of his listed agents, Ryan Williams, also represents quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. That connection could help smooth things over or complicate them further. If Williams wants to maintain goodwill with the organization ahead of a potential Tagovailoa extension, he might be more inclined to negotiate in good faith. On the flip side, if he's trying to use Savai'Nia's situation to set a precedent for future Dolphins clients, he might hold the line. Agents always think big picture. They don't just negotiate for one player. They try to shape markets. And with the second round class collectively pushing for better guarantees this year, this negotiation isn't just about one offensive lineman in South Florida. It's about a broader movement, and both sides know what's at stake. One move. Here could echo across the entire league's rookie contract landscape. The nightmare scenario, however unlikely, is that Savai'Nia refuses to sign at all and re-enters the draft next year. That's a nuclear option rarely used, but it is technically on the table. If that were to happen, the Dolphins would lose his rights and get nothing in return, not even a compensatory pick. It's worth stressing that this scenario remains a long shot. Almost no player has followed through with that strategy, and it's not financially advisable unless the player is confident he'll go significantly higher the following year. But the mere existence of that possibility puts pressure on the Dolphins to find common ground. Miami cannot afford to lose a second-round pick they traded up to acquire, especially not at a position of need. The optics would be terrible, the roster implications worse. Both sides likely understand that letting it get that far would be catastrophic, but sometimes leverage makes people take risks. As training camp inches closer and the pressure mounts, all eyes will be on the Dolphins front office and Savai'Nia's camp to find a solution. There's still time for cooler heads to prevail, for the pen to hit paper, and for the rookie to get on the field where he belongs. But every day he remains unsigned is another day of missed development, missed chemistry, a missed opportunity. The Dolphins have made bold moves this offseason, signaling their intention to compete with the AFC's elite. To do that, they'll need every piece clicking into place, including a powerful, nasty new guard anchoring the offensive line. Jonah Savai'Nia is supposed to be that piece. Now it's about figuring out whether pride, precedent, or policy will stand in the way. One way or another, this story won't stay quiet much longer. With training camp looming and games just around the corner, something's got to give. And it better happen soon. Still with us? Then show some love. hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? In the wild world of sports where billion-dollar deals and bombshell announcements come at you faster than a Tyreek Hill sprint, today's big news, or should I say big rumor, comes straight from Twitter and from none other than the king of controversy himself, Elon Musk. That's right. In a tweet that's already racked up over 10 million views in under an hour, the tech mogul simply wrote, "I'm buying the Dolphins." No context, no follow-up, no explanation, just that. And like clockwork, social media exploded. Is it a joke? Is it a hint? Is it real? Nobody knows. But if there's one thing we've learned over the years, is that when Elon tweets, the world listens. And sometimes he really does follow through. Remember when he joked about buying Twitter? Yeah, we all laughed until he signed the check. So could the Miami Dolphins be his next empire? Now, before we dive headfirst into this wild possibility, let's take a step back and think about the implications of such a move. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, mastermind behind SpaceX, owner of X, formerly Twitter, and quite possibly the world's most unpredictable billionaire, is no stranger to chaos. He thrives in it. But sports? That's a new arena for him. Or is it? Think about it. Sports ownership today isn't just about trophies and touchdowns. It's about media rights, brand value, global audiences, and massive digital footprints. All things Elon knows like the back of his hand. If anyone could transform an NFL franchise into a next-gen media tech powerhouse, it's him. And let's be real. The Dolphins, while historic, have been stuck in that good but not great zone for decades. Imagine Musk walking in, promising Super Bowls, launching Dolphin satellites, or who knows, implanting Neuralinks in helmets. It sounds crazy, but then again, crazy is kind of Elon's brand. The Miami Dolphins, for those who don't live and breathe NFL Sundays, are a franchise with history. Dan Marino, the only perfect season in NFL history. Aqua and orange forever, etched into football culture. But lately, it's been more about promise than payoff. A talented roster, an electrifying offense, and a city that's hungry for championships. They've got the ingredients, but they've lacked that extra something. Now imagine Elon Musk walking into Hard Rock Stadium like Tony Stark saying, "Let's build a future of football." It's wild, it's flashy, it's got Miami written all over it. And suddenly you've got global headlines. Soccer fans in Europe are Googling Dolphins. Tesla owners are lining up to buy jerseys. Cryptocurrency bros are asking if season tickets can be bought with Dogecoin. It's hype at a level the NFL rarely sees, especially from a single tweet. But that's what makes this so electric. Let's talk money, because if there's one thing that fuels rumors like this, it's the massive dollar signs behind them. The Miami Dolphins are currently valued at over $5 billion according to Forbes. And while that's pocket change to someone like Elon Musk, whose net worth is constantly swinging between $180 and $250 billion, depending on Tesla's stock, it's still a serious investment. But here's the kicker. Elon doesn't think about money like the rest of us. He doesn't buy assets. He buys platforms. Twitter wasn't about tweets. It was about influence. Tesla isn't about cars. It's about transforming mobility. So would the Dolphins be about football or about something bigger? Augmented reality in the stands? A team with its own rocket? An NFL franchise turned tech lab? With Musk, nothing is ever just what it seems, which is why that tweet just ate. Words long has the sports and business world on full alert. And if you think the NFL wouldn't be interested in this kind of buzz, think again. The league loves headlines, and Elon brings headlines with him like a thunderstorm brings lightning. But it's not just about attention. It's about global expansion. The NFL has been dreaming of becoming a truly international league. Games in London, games in Germany, rumors of teams abroad. Now, throw in the world's most recognized tech billionaire, someone who can bridge sports, technology, and international hype, and you might just have the perfect storm. Elon doesn't just attract attention, he creates movements. He turns companies into cults, products into trends, and ideas into revolutions. If he buys the Dolphins, even as a minority stakeholder, it could reshape the way franchises operate. Ownership could become a tech-driven spectacle. and suddenly every team would want its own billionaire genius. The game could evolve faster than anyone expected. Of course, there's a long list of complications. NFL ownership isn't a free-for-all. There's a vetting process, a vote from the other owners, and lots of legal hurdles. The league is conservative, structured, and methodical, pretty much the opposite of Elon Musk. Could he even get approved? Would the other owners see him as a maverick asset or a liability? Would they want him in the club? And let's not forget the current ownership. Stephen Ross, real estate mogul and longtime owner of the Dolphins, isn't exactly itching to sell, or at least he hasn't said so publicly. But when Elon tweets something like this, it might be less about what's already in motion and more about starting a motion. Maybe he's testing reactions. Maybe he's sparking negotiations. Or maybe he just woke up, had a thought, and typed it out. That's the beauty and danger of a Musk tweet. And you know what else is crazy? This isn't even the first time Elon has joked or hinted about buying a sports team. Remember that time he tweeted about buying Manchester United? It sent football Twitter into meltdown. He later clarified that he was kidding, but by then, the story had already traveled around the world twice. So the question becomes, is this tweet about the Dolphins more the same? A playful troll? Or is there something different in the air this time? The NFL is American royalty, and Miami is a city with glitz, tech ambition, and global pull. If he were ever serious about entering sports, Miami might actually be the perfect fit. And let's not forget, he's already moved a massive chunk of his business operations to Florida. He's building in Boca Chica. He's got the Sunshine State on speed dial. So is it really that far-fetched? Another angle that people are buzzing about is branding. Elon Musk isn't just about owning things. He's about reinventing them. If he were to get involved with the Dolphins, you can bet your last Bitcoin that things would look different. Imagine helmets with real-time telemetry. Players reviewing game data mid-drive with Musk-designed HUDs. Stadiums powered entirely by solar tech, courtesy of Tesla. Halftime shows in zero gravity. Okay, maybe not yet, but who's betting against it? Elon doesn't enter to maintain the status quo. He enters to shatter it. And the Dolphins, with their rich history but underdog present, are ripe for reinvention. They've got tradition, but they're not stuck in it. They've got flash, but not excess. They're not America's team, but maybe under Musk they could become the world's team. It's speculative, sure. But so was electric cars, so was landing rockets, so was buying Twitter. And now look at us. And let's not forget the fan response. Social media is split down the middle. Some are losing their minds in excitement. Others are rolling their eyes in disbelief. Dolphins fans are used to surprises, but this is next level. Some are imagining Musk walking into the locker room with a flamethrower and a 5-year plan. Others are dreading the possibility of weekly roster decisions being announced via meme tweets. But no matter which side you fall on, one thing's for sure, Elon Musk's tweet has put the Miami Dolphins in the spotlight like never before. And in today's sports landscape, attention is currency. This kind of buzz doesn't just trend, it transforms. Sponsors call, networks adjust, players talk. This isn't just a rumor, it's a storyline. And whether it fizzles out or lights a rocket under the franchise, the Dolphins just became the most talked about team in football. All from a single 8-word tweet. So what happens now? We wait, we speculate, we meme, and we watch every Musk tweet like it's a stock ticker. Maybe this was just a throwaway comment. Maybe it's the beginning of something massive. We don't know. That's the magic and madness of Elon Musk. He's unpredictable, polarizing, and utterly fascinating. And if even a fraction of this Dolphins talk becomes reality, the NFL might never be the same. Sports, tech, business, pop culture, they're all colliding in real time. And Miami, with its beaches, its buzz, and now, potentially, its billionaire owner, is right at the epicenter. So buckle up, Dolphins fans. Because whether this is a joke, a preview, or the start of a new era, one thing's clear. Elon Musk just took the NFL off autopilot. And when he's in the pilot seat, nobody knows what the destination is, but the ride, oh, it's guaranteed to be wild. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.